So continuing along with the syllabus, I'm going to talk about the course assignments and grades as well as some of the resources that are available to you this semester. This chart shows you each of the major assignments that are graded and their point values. The course is out of 1,000 points. Notice that the final exam worth quite a bit. The analysis paper is worth quite a bit on its own. There are several quizzes that make up these scores, as well as several discussion boards that make up this score. But the course is out of 1,000 points. And what I'll do at the end of the semester is I'll round to the nearest whole number, and I'll take a look at this grade scale here, and I'll assign you the letter grade that corresponds with the point value of the rounded to the nearest whole number that you earned out of 1,000 points. So keep track of your grade book throughout the semester. You can use the Canvas grade book to do that. You can also just write down your scores and keep track of it on your own. This tells you how to manually calculate your grade. Here's a description of the assignments here. Each of the assignments that has grades has a description in the syllabus, so read this closely. Multiple choice quizzes called reading comprehension quizzes that will test you on your understanding of the course readings, the chapter readings in that course readings folder. These are primarily focused on assessing your memory and understanding of the readings, as well as your ability to apply concepts to examples. You'll need what's called the Respondus Lockdown browser to take the reading comprehension quizzes. You're going to have to download this plug-in, and you can read more about how to do so in the Canvas modules. The reading comprehensions quizzes are available to take once they've been posted and until their due date. You cannot take them after their due date. See the Canvas calendar document for all due dates. Reading comprehension quizzes will be timed, and you will be allowed 2 attempts at each. If you run into any technological issues taking the quizzes or downloading the Respondus Lockdown browser, you can go to this helpline at 702-651-HELP. And they'll be able to help you with technical issues that I cannot. In addition to the reading comprehension quizzes, there's conceptual reflection quizzes that will happen a few times this semester. These are higher levels thinking questions that will have you engaging concepts and reflecting on the world using those concepts. There won't be a time limit for these, and you won't need to use the lockdown browser. You'll follow the instruction for each of these quizzes on the instruction page for those quizzes. Essentially, though, you'll be giving short answers and writing. So you're going to take some time and reflect upon the questions. You're going to proofread, and you're going to turn in some clearly thoughtful answers for your conceptual reflection quizzes. The final exam will take place in the last week of class. It's worth quite a bit, 200 points, but it's split into basically 2 exams. Final exam A and final exam B. Final exam A will be multiple choice and will be drawn from the reading comprehension quizzes. The final exam is more like the conceptual quizzes and consists of short answers, essays, and will ask you to describe several subfields of communication studies and the major topics on which each focuses. So it'll be short answers, and that will be the subject. The portion that is written will not be timed or require the lockdown browser. The multiple choice portion, final exam A, will be timed and require the lockdown browser. You'll have several days to complete the final exam during the last weeks of class. We'll be writing an analysis paper this semester, and before you begin the writing of it, you're going to complete an analysis paper proposal where you'll tell me all the basic elements you plan on writing about in the paper. I will assign the analysis paper during 1 week of class, well before the analysis paper is due. and I'll tell you a little bit more about how to do these things. Students, when writing the analysis paper, what you're going to do is select a communication theory that we've read about or a set of concepts that we read about. I'll provide you with a list that you can choose from, and you're going to use that communication theory to analyze an object of study. Some real-life example of one part or all the parts of a communication process. Possible objects that could be analyzed include things like a conversation, a relationship, a group, an organization, a media representation, or an aspect of culture. We'll talk more about this later on, so don't worry too much about this right now. The analysis paper, essentially what you're going to do is define and explain the communication theory that you selected. You're going to describe the essential features of the object that you're going to analyze, and then you're going to do the analysis. You'll perform a detailed and thoughtful analysis of the object using the communication theory that you selected as your analytical framework to guide your discussion. There's going to be a lot more coming on this in the future, so I just want to put it in your heads now, but don't sweat it too much. Throughout the semester, there'll be graded discussion boards, and each of them will have directions that are on those discussion boards. So use good netiquette when talking to each other. Use clear communication when posting. Another set of assignments will be these My Coyote Success Certificates. They're a set of video tutorials or online workshops. You're going to take 4 of them this semester for credit. They're listed here, and you'll upload the certificates of completion to the assignment page for each of them. You have some coming up soon. There's a page in the modules that explains how to use My Coyote Success. There'll also be a syllabus quiz here coming up that's going to test your knowledge of this document as well as the course calendar document that I'm talking about in these videos right here. Course resources that are available to you. If you have a disability, I invite you to communicate with me early on about how I might accommodate you this semester. And I also ask that you consider using the Disability Resource Center, who will advocate on your behalf to your teachers about the accommodations that you need. There's a link to that right here. The writing centers are something you might want to know about. As I said before, writing is a big part of this course. Writing is an essential skill for this course. So I want you to be proactive and work on improving your writing. I can help you a little bit, but I'm not a writing instructor. I know some things, and I can definitely be a resource for you. But going to a writing tutor would be even better. The writing centers are available in the Centers for Academic Success on each of the campuses listed at the locations here and during these times. Here, you can just drop in. You don't need an appointment. You can also call and talk to them on the phone. And the third way you can contact the Centers for Academic Success tutors is online through the Smart Thinking button on our Canvas course shell. So there's 3 ways to get tutors in this course: through the Centers for Academic Success, dropping in, calling them, and going on SmartThink. Libraries, we have 3 libraries at each of the campuses. You can drop into those during their hours. Check out the website here. The librarians are great. You can talk to them online through the library website. You can go talk to them face-to-face. You can take workshops on their website. Lots of great information and resources with the libraries. So consider using that this semester. If you need help with your health or your mental well-being, we do have counseling and psychological services available for you. Check out these numbers. Give them a call. If you're having trouble affording groceries or insufficient food, we can also get you resources for that. If you're having trouble with finding a place to live, they can help you with that. Any type of mental or health well-being, give them a call and they will help you out. It's free to you, and you get a lot of good service through them. I'm a Safe Zone ally. So if you wanted to talk about sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, if you're experiencing or know of someone experiencing harassment or discrimination, you can feel free to message me and arrange a virtual meeting through Canvas. I am required to report instances of violent crimes being committed, just so you know. But I am a Safe Zone ally who can offer you some support. Here's the refund policy. Check that out. And lastly, the disclaimer. I reserve the right to change this syllabus, but I will give you advance notice in the event that I do. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the course calendar, so stay tuned to that one. Very important information still to come.